I still remember one of your messages early on. You said, I feel like I'll never get a job.
I was just this close to giving up on getting a job. I couldn't thank you enough for all the help that I got to land two offers.
And I am very glad you got the job, not just because you were a client, but because I think you're very, very good at the work you do and you really deserved this job. Jen, great to see you again. Thank you so much for being in this video.
Great to see you too. Thank you for all your help during a difficult time here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I think when we first met, we talked about how we both hoped you could be one of these videos in the future, and now you are.
Yeah, I can't really believe it right now. It feels kind of surreal and everything. I thought maybe I was not good enough to make it, but here we are, filming
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
It's one of your videos.
hmm And you are absolutely good enough to make it, for
Thank
sure.
you so much.
So, going back to the beginning, what first motivated you to join my program?
Um, I remember watching one of your videos from your videos on LinkedIn at first. And
hmm
at that point, I was just cold applying from just into company website or LinkedIn Easy Apply. And at that point,
hmm
I wasn't getting anywhere and I wasn't even getting a lot of interviews. So I thought
hmm
to myself, maybe I need to get some professional help or change my strategies into applying to jobs. So that's when I first come across your videos of I should
hmm
take a try
hmm
on getting some professional help.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we had exchanged a few messages before that. I was happy when I saw that you booked a call about the program.
Yeah, I did remember we were connected and I did remember getting messages from you, but at that point I wasn't going to move my job or I wasn't planning on anything to change. So I just thought about you
Mm-hmm.
and when the time comes, maybe I can contact him. So for you reaching out to me first, that was the first step, I think, to
hmm
move into
hmm
a better job.
Awesome. Well, I am really glad I reached out then. So, a lot of people, I think they believe my program. It's just a basic resume edit, maybe some general networking tips, some interview templates. How was your experience working with me, and how did the real program compare with what you might have expected?
First, I did expect on you not only maybe giving me grammar tips or maybe having some general tips on how to edit my resume or write cover letters or maybe getting some general tips on how to ace an interview. But
hmm
after I've been through everything with you and a lot of sessions talking to you via the chat or through Zoom, I realized that it's like more of having a career companion the whole way, from applying
hmm
to
hmm
making all the necessary documents that you need to apply, starting from there, from applying, just being there with you through the whole process. I think
hmm
that's the most that have mattered to me because when a lot of
hmm
job seekers, when they're applying for jobs or trying to apply for a new job, they're just applying through their website and they're just another number from a lot of pool of candidates. And for
hmm
me, it
hmm
was you and me all along together as
hmm
kind of a
hmm
team. So that really helped from my end. That you give me advices on how to react in specific situations or in cases, a lot of emotional support during the hard times if I didn't get an interview or if I didn't
hmm
get any
hmm
response
hmm
from applying. So it's all about the support and how to strategically apply and react in specific job seeking situations.
hmm
That's
hmm
the most that matters to me.
Love hearing that. Yeah, there's so much that's not covered in the general classes. It's not unique to you. It doesn't tell you what happens when the recruiter messages you. How can you message the hiring manager? How can you post on LinkedIn? I think all that stuff together makes a much bigger difference than just a resume edit. So I'm really glad that it worked out for you.
hmm And also a lot of Korean people who are applying, it's a little bit different from other countries because we really want to get a good job, but we're all really also very shy or really reluctant to
That can be
stand out
true.
at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time. We want to get the job, but we don't want to stand out too much or get too much
Mm-hmm.
attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's why many people just apply and wait for a response, and that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot that's a lot similar from what other people do, but here I had a chance to really more stand out more among all of
Mm-hmm.
the applicants with your help,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
The portfolio we made was awesome. I think
Yeah,
it really showed your unique value
yeah,
as a
especially
professional.
for my line of work, many people don't even have a portfolio or don't even think about making one. And it's not very customary to make a portfolio and
Mhm.
give it to the send it to the company. So that's one of the very things that I think made me stand out, making a portfolio of
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
own and really appealing to them through a separate email or LinkedIn message. That's what
Mhm.
made me really stand out. And I think looking back, if I were following your advice, I wouldn't get a very good impression, first impression, and somebody else would have gotten the job. So thank you so much for
Mhm.
that.
100%, yeah. And I am very glad you got the job, not just because you were a client, but because I think you're very, very good at the work you do and you really deserved this job. So
Thank you so much.
let's talk about that a little bit. What were the end results? Because you actually got two offers, right?
Two offers from a global company that's based in Korea. And if I count one more, I do got another offer from a Korean company too. So if you count that, you helped me get three job offers. So
That's
yeah, it was
awesome. I
yeah,
don't
it's
even
pretty
think I
much.
knew that. Wow, nice.
So the two offers that I got were actually really good offers, and I couldn't thank you enough for all the help that I got to land two offers. I never thought I would get let alone one offer. I thought maybe I was just this close to giving up on getting a job, and maybe I should just
Mhm. Mhm.
start on something else or like work for the government or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I still remember one of your messages early on. You said, I feel like I'll never get a job. I am so glad that things are different for you now. Other than the portfolio and me kind of being your companion through the whole thing, was there anything else that you think was especially helpful in securing these jobs?
Uh, like line, especially for me, like the personalized help that you offered, that was really helpful. For example, like
Mhm.
sending in LinkedIn messages, like that's all covered in the video, but actually how to send them to specific people and how you're going to approach to different people. So for example,
Mhm.
if I'm going to send a personalized message to an HR person, that's going to be a different line out than what you're going to send to a hiring manager or some other
Mhm.
teammates
Mhm.
that are already working there. They really provided me with some very good personalized detail. Or if I give you some outline, my one of my own draft, you would give me good advice on how to really maximize the probability of me getting a reply back. And I actually did
Mhm.
get replies back after sending those messages. And I even got one of the teammates to directly hand my resume to the hiring manager. So that
Mhm.
makes the most
Mhm.
difference. And personalized messages and personalized stuff that really helped me.
Awesome. I love that that was valuable for you. Yeah. And what a great way to stand out when 90% of your competition are just clicking easy apply.
Yeah, it's really great, and it would increase the probabilities a lot if it's you put a face on one of the many applications that they see just as
Hmm.
one.
They see
It
you as
really
a
stands out.
person. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
putting a
just
face.
applicant number 274.
Yeah,
You're Yoon Jin Kim, who has this great LinkedIn profile, this great portfolio. Yeah, yeah.
And I hope that many people would also work more to really stand out. And it's a very
Yes,
big difference.
it really does. Yeah.
And it's not really that hard than you think. I think Korean people are really just a little bit shy, and there's a first for everything. So once
Hmm.
we get started, it will be easier the next time,
A hundred
personally.
percent. Yeah. I think everything we did and everything you learned, you'll be able to use that for the rest of your career. And I imagine whenever you search for your next job, you'll probably feel so much more comfortable and confident being proactive now that you've actually done it and seen how it works.
Yeah. And like whenever I'm stuck in specific parts, I had a lot of help asking you, and all the videos that you created, they have specific segments that I could refer to. So I would really go
Mm-hmm.
back and watch a lot of your videos. So that helped a lot too.
Awesome. Yeah. And you'll have those forever. You could watch
Yeah.
them
Thank
five
you so
years
much.
from now if you want. Yeah. Yeah. So, overall, how do you feel about your career today versus 5 months ago?
5 months ago, I was very lost, and I thought I wouldn't get a job in my field again because for me, I had left my company last year and I didn't have a next company in line. So
Mm-hmm.
I was
Hmm.
very depressed, and it's very different in job seeking if you already have a job and you're working there
Oh,
versus
yeah.
you don't have anything aligned right now. So if
Mm-hmm.
I get an
Hmm.
offer that's under my expectations, I'm really prone to take it because I'm very vulnerable and I feel like I don't have any more options.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
now I'm really confident that I've got a good offer, and I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure I would have accepted this offer even if I did have a job. I already have a job. So
Hmm.
compared to
Hmm.
now, compared to 5 months from now, I'm in a much stable place. And if I work hard, I think I would even get a better job in maybe the next 5 to 10 years, depending on how I do. But I'm really confident that
Hmm.
I'm going to do something worth my time and worth working for.
I think that for you too. Yeah. Yeah. Overall, do you think you would recommend this program to
Yeah,
other LinkedIn connections, people who are open to work?
yes, definitely. For people, I think I would recommend specifically to two groups of people. First, who are
Okay.
really working, who really want to expand their career internationally, and
Hmm.
who are currently working in Korea.
Hmm.
And you really need to have a different approach in job searching and job seeking because
Hmm.
it's completely different. So you have to have all these documents new for applying jobs internationally. And for
Hmm.
people, secondly, for people who are wanting to work in Korea, but in a global environment here in
Yeah,
Korea.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and even if you're in Korea, doing a little bit more than what other Koreans normally do makes a really big difference. So,
Hmm.
so it
Hmm.
would definitely lead on to better opportunities and better jobs. So I would definitely recommend. And Grant will be with you on side day and night, even if you message him at midnight or anything. He
Yeah,
would give
yeah.
you any advice on what to do. And it really helped me a lot mentally and also very technically throughout the way because I got all these whole new resumes, portfolios, and I got to have a really more concise and organized story for my career. Like I had my career in my head, but I felt like it was all over the place and it wasn't very organized. But he really helped me
Mm-hmm.
make into a very good three line and with numbers. So that really
Yeah,
helped me
yeah.
when I prepared for interviews because I had all my experiences, good experiences in my head, good to
Mm-hmm.
go. So that
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
helped.
Awesome. Well, I love hearing that. And I was actually talking about this same thing with another client earlier this week. it's pretty easy to make you stand out when you already had a lot of value to begin with. And that's how I felt from the first time we met. I still feel that today, and I'm excited to see what happens with you in the future because you 100% deserve this role. You're going to do a great job, and I think a couple years from now, you'll be doing something even better.
Thank you so much. I honestly don't think I would have got the job if it for your help. So I hope that many people who will see this video, especially for supply chain, it would really make a big difference if you get some help and go beyond what you were doing before. It would really make a big
Mm-hmm.
difference.
Awesome. Love hearing that. Well, thank you so much again for this video. It was awesome working with you. I'm excited to stay in contact and hear more about your success once you start your new job.
Thank you so much.